The Lion's Den with Stephen Carr. It is 8 p.m. It is 8 p.m. Eastern Time, and we are going to be talking about the war on redistricting. Texas is redistricting the seats for more Republicans, and Pennsylvania has done it since we just did it in 2022, but on the opposite way, where they redistricted to help suit Democrats to win in 2022 and going forward. And so we're going to be talking about that. So first of all, in 2022, the Supreme Court judges voted to redistrict the seats, House seats, to help suit more Democrats than Republicans. Why? Because it's a 5-2. It was a 5-2. It's a 5-2 majority right now in the Supreme Court. Supreme Court right now, for five Democrats and two Republicans right now. So what that brings us to is this upcoming election in 2025. In 2025, we need to vacate all five Democrats to get a 5-2 majority lead. Republican judges. Why do you ask that? You say because if we vacate all five Democrat judges on the ballot in upcoming November, we get to vote in 2027, a special election, voting in a Republican majority of judges that will vote on the legislative redistricting maps for Republicans and not Democrats, allowing Republicans and Mega America First candidates to win in the future. Not only did these judges do that, but they also kicked the Green Party off the ballot, then gave the Democrats the legislative power to redistricting the Democrats by using the Green Party's maps. So they technically forgot democracy, threw democracy out the window, shredded election integrity by voting to extend mail-in ballots 3 days past Election Day in 2020 and going forward. They also voted for Tom Wolf to shut down your businesses, your churches, your schools, your livelihood, your money, and make you wear a mask for 4 to 5 months or however long that you needed to wear a mask in 2020. This is where we, the people, make a stand and show them that it is possible that they answer to us. The Constitution specifically says we the people, and that we the people put in new institutions and new courts and new government by voting the old ones out, by voting the old guard out. And it's time that we start doing that. It's time because we need a 50% turnout. I stress this every single time. We need a 50% turnout in the upcoming November election for statewide candidates, as well as vacating the Democrat Supreme Court judges. Not only did these Supreme Court judges vote to kick off the Green Party, extended mail-in ballots to get past Election Day, and redistricted the maps, but they also overturned sexual predator convictions in Supreme Court cases, and each time that they stay in longer in the Supreme Court, they get catalytic catalytic pensions, and they get more money each time they stay in for another 10 years. And um, so, and I'll show you just exactly some of the stuff here. If you cannot read this, it says Pennsylvania Supreme Court is currently composed of 5 Democrats and 2 Republicans. We can change that this fall. These 3 Democratic Supreme Court justices are up for a 10-year retention vote. Vote no for Justice Christine Donahue. Vote no for Justice Kevin Dougherty. And vote no for Justice David Wecht. These judges violated your constitutional freedoms, locked down schools, churches, and businesses during COVID, picked winners and losers for essential PA businesses, forced unconstitutional orders without due process, shredded our election integrity, twisted laws to enable unfair redistricting, allowed mail-in ballots 3 days late in 2020, removed the Green Party from the ballot in 2020, overturned convictions of sexual predators in Commonwealth court cases, as you can see the list below. Enjoy lifetime Catholic pension plans at taxpayer expenses. The longer in office, the larger their pension grows. Let's fire these judges by voting no on November 4th, 2025. If we vote them out, a special election will be held in 2027, and we could create a Republican majority on the Pennsylvania Supreme Court before the next presidential election in 2028. If we do not all vote no, we will be stuck with the Democrat majority on the court for the next 10 years. So there you have it. That's why you should vote no. This is the time for Pennsylvania people to stand up, to get out and vote, to let your voice be heard in this election, that they answer to we the people, that they answer to you and not to themselves. These are the people that voted to to shut down your churches, to shut down your businesses, to shut down your schools, make you wear a mask, shut down your livelihood, your income, for 4 to 5 months during COVID. These are the people that shredded election integrity by extending the mail-in ballots 3 days past election day in 2020, and so we need to continue to we need to go out there on November 4th and vote no consistently. Vote no on the ballot. We need to get angry enough to say no. We don't need you anymore in the Supreme Court, and vote them out. I know you guys have to be angry about it. I know you guys are aggravated about what they did, and I know we have to get them out and vacate them like we vacated the Speaker of the House, Kevin McCarthy, like we kicked out Ronna McDaniel and the rest of them. We need to get angry. This is a populist movement. This is a grassroots movement. This movement belongs to we, the people. This movement belongs to you, citizens. And so we need to continue to go out there and fight. So the other one I wanted to show you was this one. Oops. So it says, if you cannot see it, I think I have it wrong. It says disrupt the status quo, vote no. The Pennsylvania Supreme Court is currently 5 Ds and 2 Rs. 3 Ds are up for a 10-year retention. It says, no, it's not the one I wanted. Here's one I wanted to show you too. As you can see, mail-in ballots 3 days after Election Day in 2020. These two voted. Kicked the Green Party off the ballot in 2020. All three voted that way. Allowed Governor Wolf to shut down PA during COVID. All two voted that way. The other one I wanted to show you, if I can find it. There you go. Yep, here you go. It says, vote no for a real choice election. Hold liberal judges accountable. Allowed overbearing and destructive COVID restrictions. Stole legitimate redistricting powers from the state legislature and imposed legislative maps from the unelected third party. Overturned a long-held precedent banning of use of PA Medicaid funds for abortions. Allowed the Wolf administration to remove the Green Party from the ballot in 2020 and extended mail-in ballot returns 3 days beyond Election Day against election laws. So we need to. So those are some of the corrupt things that the corrupt Democrat judges did in the Supreme Court. And this is where we need to kick them out come November. Because frankly, York County was egregious. It was sickening. It was disgusting with 10% voter turnout at the polls. Most of the stuff came from mail-in ballots and early voting. I don't mind early voting. I just don't like mail-in ballots. And I will talk about that more later. But we need to continue to fight. We need to continue to deconstruct administrative state. We need to continue to hold these people accountable, hold them to the flame. We need to kick them out of office, all 5 of them, so we can have a 5-2 majority come 2027 when we vote Republicans into office for a special election right before the 2028 presidential election. This is how we take over our republic. This is how we take over our commonwealth. This is how we get back what we need. People need to go out and vote. People need to get angry enough to kick these people out of office that are covenants, that are not doing anything, that are deep state establishment creatures that are rotting out the core of the commonwealth of our republic. This is a state of freedom. This is where the Liberty Bell is. This is where Benjamin Franklin lived. This is where William Penn lived. This is where the Declaration of Independence was signed and the Constitution was signed and Gettysburg Address was signed. This is war. This is where we make a stand and we go out there and we continue to fight. I can't stress it enough. We gotta vote no. We gotta vote no on all 5 judges. I'm hoping by repeating this message at all my podcast, that it gets it through your skulls that we need to vote no 5 times on Judge Reattention. Vote no. And so we need to continue to fight. Guys, we need to continue to do it. So the other thing I wanted to talk about as I was reading the news today, Stacey Garrity has made a potential decision to run, but she is not coming out just yet to announce it. She said she will later on. Doug Mastriano is also is also planning a run, and in his comments he said that if Stacey Garrity's campaign comes 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 at comes at him, is the only time that he'll come after her. But if he doesn't, then he's happy that she's running. They're both friends. They both are running. They both have great grassroots. But the statistics are far more better with Stacey Garrity than they are with Doug Mastriano. Because Stacey Garrity, as a statewide row office, statewide row office in 2024, had the most votes for statewide row office, 3.9 million votes for statewide row office, beating Josh Shapiro's 2.9 million votes in 2022, and she was also able to win with Trump off the ballot and Trump on the ballot when she ran in 2020, and then again in 2024 with Trump on the ballot. To me, it seems a lot better for Stacey Garrity Wren than a 14% lead for 14% loss from Doug Mastriano in 2022, and sending us into another lame duck session, losing a majority in the House. So that's what we have with that, and that goes all the way back to this upcoming election. If we get a majority in the House and the Republican judges vote on another redistricting consensus, that will send us even to farther, progress us even more farther, because it will carry us on to other elections, because we now have more Republicans in the House districts. We must finish what we started. So with that said, that's another thing that was going on. And then this comes from the York GOP. If you have not seen it, as you can see, fire all of us. It says vote no, retention statewide judges. As you can see, they're dressed like kings. No King's Day. So we must continue to kick these people out of office. The other thing I wanted to talk about, and I hope if you're from Maryland and in Dundalk County and Edgemere in Baltimore County, my friend Tim Fazenbaker, he is running for Baltimore County Council. You can go to his site. timfazenbaker.com. In fact, I will put it up on the screen for you. I'll put it up on the screen for you right now. Hold on. Okay, this is not the one I wanted. I'll put it up on the screen for you. Hold on. So, so it's Tim Fazenbaker.com. Go to timfazenbaker.com. It's at the end of the ticker. It's at the end of the ticker. As you can see, you can go there to timfazenbaker.com. He's running for Baltimore County Council. He's America First, Kids First. He loves the people in Baltimore County. Go there, donate to his site. Find out about him, go to his events. In fact, I am gonna play. If I can find it again, I'll I'll play you his I'll play you his short little video. See if I can find it for you. But yeah, his name is Tim Baker. Great guy. I had him on one of my podcasts. You can go to my podcast. You down on my Rumble channel, and you can see. You can see. Um, you can see what he's like and so forth. And donate to him. He's a great guy. I can't say much. I can't say too much about. I can't say a lot about him because I met him personally. See if I can find. See if I can find his. Oh, what happened? So apparently I can't find it, but you can go to his thing, and find it there. Let's see videos. I don't see it. This is it. But you can go to his. I'm trying to find it for you. I don't see it anywhere. At this moment. But go to timfastonbaker.com, donate to him, and find out more about him, getting involved in his campaign, donate to him, and so forth. But I can't stress it enough, guys. We need to get out and vote. We need to continue to vote. Get and take action, action, action. This is all about action, guys. We need to kick these. We need to vacate the bench in the Supreme Court so we can have a majority in there in 2027. Well, thank you for your time, and have a good day. Like again, I said, donate to timfastonbaker.com and Tim Baker and so forth.